Welcome back, everybody. It's been a little bit, it's been about a week, and well, there's a reason I wasn't working on any of these cars, so I wasn't making any content. But what I was doing was fixing up this old truck, this 01 GMC Stepside SLE. Pretty much how to put an engine in it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. My dad wants it. Do I just be a good son, let my dad buy it off, or do I make 3 times the amount of money and just be greedy? You guys know I'm not a greedy person. I might just as well, if it works, if it drives, AC obviously has to work. I might as well just give him the opportunity, since he's got this S10 that's been sitting there forever, and that thing's a little manual. It's 4-cylinder, it's pretty slow, it doesn't get out of its own way, so it might be a really good upgrade for him, because I was thinking about doing something with that S10. Keep in mind, if you guys know what I do to vehicles, is some fun stuff. Today's video is all going to be about the LS Swap New Edge build, the 1200 horsepower twin turbo model, you know, because Ford did come out of factory like that, am I right? So pretty much today, I need to get this intake on. I'll probably go ahead and put the water pump on and get some turbos mounted, making those look pretty. I got a couple goodies I want to put on as well, and then just pretty much get this thing ready to go, because it's getting to that time. I said July is when I want to do this thing back on the road, because I said the end of June have this engine in, and technically, as you guys know, the engine is sitting in there, just not firmly. I'm waiting on motor mounts. It's been about, they said 12 days, and it's currently June 5th, so I'm waiting, I'd say a couple more days and I should have it. So as you guys know, hold on, let me just step into my engine bay here. I do have LS3 heads, and pretty much I can't find an intake manifold that actually fits properly. So what I'm gonna do is put the LS3 or rectangle intake manifold to cathedral port, because you can find cathedral ports all day long, and obviously you guys saw me put one in that one. So pretty much I'm going to do the same idea. The only thing I had to do, if you guys are doing this swap as well, you got to go to Lowe's or Ace Hardware, some manufacturing that has these bolts right here, and these are M6x1, and these are 40 mil. So 40 mil is technically about 1.5 inches, give or take, and that's exactly what size you need to put the actual intake manifold on and bolt it up correctly and have that thing working like it should. And then once you got that, pretty much the intake side is pretty much knocked out, ready to go. You just gotta make sure whatever oil pressure you're gonna be running, I don't know if I'm gonna use mine there or on the bottom where the oil feed is. I don't know if I want to go from the top or from the bottom. Let's go ahead and get the intake manifold put on. Once you got your little O-rings, I let these sit overnight in the heat. It really just kind of morph into the pretty much the spot it's always gonna sit in. And then we're just gonna line this bad boy up as best we can with the front and the rear. And then just take the old cheap intake manifold and slowly put it down. Wait a minute, did you guys forget something? Because I definitely just forgot something. The intake manifold gaskets. Pause. I always think it looks kind of funny with the spacer, but hey, for right now, it is completely fine, because we are gonna be probably putting like a 799 or 706 head or some type of boarded and polished cylinder heads on this later on down the road. It's just this LS3, these are done, ready to go. Everything's torqued down. I'm not gonna mess with it. I don't mind that much. These things do flow pretty well stock. It's just, they look funny when you have a spacer. But let's go ahead and get these things torqued down, and this thing should be ready to go. This is exactly why I don't wear gray shirts. It shows so much sweat stains, especially on a humid night like tonight. We got this bad boy mounted on, bolts tightened down, it's sitting up a little bit higher, so technically it's a super long runner one, okay? So this thing looking very nice, especially with the twin turbos complementing it. I did notice one thing, tightening up the back heads, the coolant ports are blocked off or broken or something. I definitely want to take those out and run a back and forward the coolant crossover to make sure it's adequate cooling. Next step, I want to show you guys a little something we got extra here out in the truck. Give me 1 sec. Wrong way. Ooh. Ooh. That's right, we got some ICT Valve Covers we picked up from this the other Mustang we actually bought over there with that semi-built 5.3 and twin turbo VS Racing. So if anybody wants it, let me know. And one stock one out of the way. Ooh, ooh, guys, look at this. Ooh, look at those Trunium upgrades. The BTR roller kit looking fancy under this 6-liter. Let's go ahead and get these valve covers on. Yeah, I think this one here goes to the driver's side. Stock ones won't work. I don't even know why I tried. I wanted to try. And this guy, the one with only one hole, goes on the other side. You guys ready to see this? Note to self, guys, don't step on this. It's fiberglass. Look at that. ICT billet. ICT billet. What do you guys think? Should I paint this thing black? I think black will look very nice. But man, does that look some type of saucy? Well, let's get out of this engine, man. I don't think I need to be in here. After sweating a lot, let's go ahead. I got all the water pump gaskets and pretty much paint off of the little surface here. Now it's time to put the LS1 water pump on there. Look at that little AC Delco parts. You know it's factory, okay? It's going on a factory Ford. Okay, I told you, these things are interchangeable parts, okay? Okay, a little bit of an issue. The water pump is actually hitting the turbo manifold right where I actually need it. So it won't drop down to actually bolt into place. It's just sitting there. I would probably say a 1/4 inch is all I need, but I am running heat, or I will be having heat, so I need these to work. So I think what I'm gonna do is order some MPT fittings and do a right angle or straight up 90. That way the heater hoses can just go up into place and clears everything, and I don't have to flip the turbo manifolds upside down and make it look ugly, because I don't want to do that. And I don't actually have to put a dent in any parts, and I can't really put a dent in this part, which kind of is the main reason I gotta do all this. So you guys are gonna be seeing me put MPT fittings inside the water pump, which kind of sucks. I was hoping everything would just kind of work, but hey, it's fine. There's gonna be some challenges. It's not a bolt-in. Next, I will be installing the ICT Alternator Bracket. That's actually a lowering one. Part number is 551667-2, and pretty much that's gonna put the alternator down here. And man, if this doesn't fit right over here, I guess we can go above, but I really want to go below, and that's what I really want to see. I don't want to see anything up top, okay? I want the top clean, looking fresh. So let's go ahead and get this thing unboxed and really hope this works as well. Well, that won't work either. Well, if you're using an iron block, you gotta drill out this guy right here. They don't have an oil drain for your turbo here, or this guy right here. So everything just hits. So I'm just gonna have to put it up top, which is fine. It's not what I want, but hey, it's cool. I'll put the alternator up top. It'll be cool, it'll be fine, you'll still see it. I'll just tell everybody it's the supercharger on top of the twin charge. So it's triple charged, okay? Next, I'm gonna add the nitrous distributor on there and go from there. Well, I can't obviously put the water pump on, so next, let's go ahead and put my injectors, my Simon Deca 80 mil injectors on. So pretty much I got the fuel rails here from the kit. I got the fuel line AN fittings fitted on there. The left side is obviously going to be the feed, and then it's going to loop around to the front and then get blocked on the back, because obviously we're going returnless style. Walked over here and I forgot what I need. So now what I basically need to do is take out my injectors that are still on this and pretty much just replace the O-rings, put them in the fuel rail, and just plop it back down. So let's go ahead, and that should take me 5 seconds. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's get the brackets on there. Alright, I got the little guys for the brackets on, and now I just gotta feed this guy into the hole. Maybe where I need them to sit. They're acting like they're too low. So what I might do is loosen up the bottom bracket bolts and lift them up and then tighten them back. So when you're doing this, guys, by the way, what I had to do was make sure that the brackets weren't tight all the way. That way I can actually adjust where the top bolts actually pretty much bolts into place. So note to self, you don't want to do this 3 times like I did, because obviously time is money, and obviously I'm wasting time at 10 o'clock at night when it's humid and there's June bugs everywhere, and I'm tired of getting hit. To put the finishing touches on the bolts and make sure everything is PG King, and the fuel system should be close to being ready to rock and roll. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty. Look at the loop, swoop, and pull, am I right? Man, this thing's coming along super nice. If you guys are excited as much as I am, I've had nothing but terrible luck with things, but shit's turned around. We're good to go. We're rocking and rolling. Okay, we just had a little bit of setbacks. Obviously, stupid water pump. I think that's pretty much all we're gonna do until we got the fuel system ready to go. I gotta do a couple things there. Pretty much what we're gonna be doing. I think we're gonna run the Aeromotive fuel pump, just a single pump for now, because I know for a fact I'm gonna have to double it, like fuel, like dash 10 stuff. When I'm pushing that whole 1200 horsepower. I might not. I might need to do a little bit of research unless you guys want to tell me what I should do for the fuel pumps and the fuel system. But for now, Aeromotive fuel pump. I'm going to do the LS swap fuel filter regulator thing again. Just for now, okay? For now. And then I got to actually drill and tap into the actual fuel tank to run the return style from that filter back, because this thing does not have a return style. It's just a return, yeah, it doesn't have a return style because it's returnless. That's so confusing to talk about all the time. But the old red car is coming along. You know what sucks? I've owned this car, well, I've had this car tagged for so long that the actual tag is coming up to expire, which kind of sucks. I gotta pay money on it, and it still just sits here. But like I said, the end of July, this thing is going to be rolling down the streets, streets near you, okay? Obviously, if you live in Kansas, streets near you. But as of right now, I think we're pretty much wrapped up on this bad boy. I got a couple more parts I need to buy. Obviously, power steering wise, I got to get another alternator brackets, and then we can hook up the Holly, get the fuel system going. This thing is almost ready to rock and roll. We did send off her stuff for her drive shaft to get pretty much made. Hopefully we get that back, you know, within a couple days, which would be nice. And then we can start finishing hers, because I want to say that's kind of what is just holding us up. And then Sunday, I got to send her ECU off and get that tuned and ready to go. But everything else is coming along great. If you guys did like this video, drop a like. Subscribe if you guys are not. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.